Hey, what's up, guys? Working on the truck again. I got a couple days that I'll be able to work on it. I'm only working on it today for 30-40 minutes, and then I have to go to work later tonight. So tomorrow, pretty much all day, I'm going to try and get as much done as I can. I'm going to be finishing up the coolant reroute, putting the turbo in, getting that all hooked up, hopefully. So I went ahead and I made a trip to Ace Hardware today, and I got a bunch of new nuts for the glue plug module, the stud for the fuel injector harness, and I also picked up a new fuel injector harness. It's not OEM. I got this on Amazon for like 80 bucks, and I think they're cheaper on eBay for like 50 or something, but I just wanted to see how well it works. I'm not sure how I like the wrap on this. It's like cloth. It's not electrical tape, so I don't know if I'm going to leave it wrapped like this or not. I haven't decided yet. We'll see tomorrow. The old fuel injector harness is right here. And I can tell they're it's going to take a little bit of tweaking. They look quite different, honestly. The way the plugs are turned and whatnot, so I might have to twist them around. I might rewrap it or something. Not 100% sure yet. Where's the ground on this one? Yeah. So, gonna need to do some tweaking on this harness before I put it in, and that is okay. I'm gonna put it in tomorrow, probably after I put the turbo in. However, so what did I get at Ace Hardware today aside from some nuts? I got a whole bunch of hose clamps. I'm gonna be using these when I get all my fuel lines hooked up. And I also got this guy, and I know it's for PEX pipe, but the coolant reroute only came with the T. If you saw the last video, the hose was kind of kinked, and I didn't like that, so I have some extra hose here that I had, a little heavier duty than I need, a little bit bigger as well, but nothing tightening down some hose clamps can't fix. And then the elbow I got, let me go ahead and open it and get it out of the package real quick. So the elbow I got is for PEX pipe, but it is somewhat barbed, and it's about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller than this connection, so it should be fine. It's brass, so the heat won't be a problem. I wanted to get this instead of plastic. I tried to find a similar brass T like this one, but they didn't have any, so I'll have to use this one. Hopefully it'll work. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, put the pipe or the hose. It's going to be like that. And then this will connect to the coolant reroute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so I got my coolant reroute in. It's hooked up down here. Got a zip tied back there. It is kind of close to the up pipe, but should be okay. I'm going to put the turbo in here in a little bit. And once I get the wiring harness, this main wiring harness, routed, we got to figure out how it was routed since it was many months ago. The new injector harness is kind of in. It is very stiff and not formed in the orientation that the old one was. So that's going to be fun getting that hooked up. But I think I'm going to get the main harness in first. And then the coolant reroute down there, unlike before when it was kinked, it's got the 90-degree elbow at the bottom. And then it goes up to the T. It's hooked up. So up next, I got to do the wiring harness, route it as best I can. It's pretty clean down here. I took the drain tube off for the turbo. I'm going to put the new O-rings on and all that good stuff. And clean out the hole down there for it to fit in. But my priority right now, I got to get the new belt on. That's going to be fun as well. I'm going to do that off camera because I've never done it before. And then the harness as well. Try to get that situated as best I can. And then I took those crappy wires out from the smoke switch from before. I went ahead and used, let me turn the flash off real quick. But yeah, I spliced the two wires together using a solder heat shrink sleeve thing. Used my heat gun, got that back together. I just got to tape this back up and get the wiring harness routed. But for that, I use this little waterproof marine grade solder seal wire connectors. Got these on Amazon, and they've been a huge help for any sort of wiring repair stuff I had to do. My car, I had to replace some wires because some mice chewed them, and yeah. But I got the new belt here. Got a new oil filter as well. So I got to start getting everything put back together. I'm going to put the belt on and get the wiring harness routed, and I'll be back after I suffer doing all that. Alright, so I've got the belt routed on all the pulleys. It's loose still, but it's on. It's where it's supposed to be. So that's good. It took me about an hour to get that thing routed. It was kind of a pain in the butt. The wiring harness is it's kind of there. It's going. So what I'm going to do now, let me go ahead and turn the light on. I'm going to try to fit the turbo in. That's going to be fun. I'm not going to be mounting to the back. I haven't used that for a while. I'm just going to mount the two front screws once it's in. Once I get the exhaust hooked up. And I hope it lines up good. We'll see. So hopefully I don't damage anything putting it in. Oh, there she is. KC Stage 2. Definitely beautiful. All new everything. I like it. So far I like it. Anyways, haven't ran it yet, but smooth. Very nice, very nice. I've got the clamp on, so hopefully we can get everything lined up. I'm not going to put the heat shield on. At least not right now. Should be fine. Yep. It's my favorite part. Putting turbos in. Taking them out. Just as bad. This thing's heavy. I'm not that strong, so yep. Let's see how it goes.
There was a time I had enough, and I came for the summer. Didn't know what I would find at all, but I was about to break. Have you ever felt like this before? I wasn't looking for anyone. I had nothing left to give, convinced that I was really done with love and everything. Have you ever felt like this before? But you came with a smile that couldn't be true, and I knew that I was there for you. Don't you see that I am blind? Don't turn around, I'm here and now. Don't you see that I am blind? Don't think about tomorrow night. Don't you see that's all I've done? Will you
I got the turbo in, but I'll show you real quick. Let me turn my phone light on. So the turbo's in. I got the main clamp to the turbo tightened down. That was fun. The socket got stuck. And the two clamps that hold the up pipes, those are tightened down as well. I just got to run the two mounting bolts in, and then the turbo will be in. And it looks good. It looks real good. Ugh. That view is nice. Bear with me, I've been changing some settings on the camera. I don't know how well this is going to look, but I'm kind of using this video as an experiment to see what settings are best. So, yeah. Anyways, I got the turbo mounted, got the bolts in. I got my feed line here. It's the old one. I can't really justify spending $60 for the updated feed line. This one works just fine. So I got a new O-ring. Yep. So I got a new O-ring there. I got the new gasket for the top of the turbo. So I'll be throwing that bad boy in. So yeah. So I cleaned it up. I got the oil off. Got the oil off the top of the turbo. I'm gonna add some oil on this guy and mount it in. I'm gonna mount that in. So I'll do that in a minute. Alright, we're about wrapped up for tonight. I've made quite a bit of progress on the truck today. We got the turbo in. We got the feed line, drain line, all good to go. I'm going to leave the cap on for now. I've got the alternator in. We got some work to do on the wiring. I got to splice some wires over there. Get things kind of wrapped up a little bit. I've got to put the fuel injector harness in. That's going to be a little bit of fun. Not exactly sure how I'm going to route that yet, but for tonight, definitely made quite a bit of progress. I've got to route my fuel lines, get those all nice and neat. Finish plugging in all the connectors, get the fuel lines done, and then we're on to putting the sump in and getting the fuel pump hooked up. That's going to be a lot of fun. But that's about it for tonight. It's looking pretty good. Got the new turbo in. Everything's all buttoned up for the most part up here. Pretty soon we'll be cranking this bad boy over and seeing what happens.